Your 3-year-old knows what the toilet is for. They can tell you when they're hungry, they can tell you when they want a snack instead of dinner, they can negotiate bedtime like a lawyer. But ask them to sit on the potty and the answer is no. If that is where you are right now, stay with me to the end of this video. Not because I'm about to give you a trick that flips them overnight, because there's no such thing. I'm going to show you 3 things why your child is refusing, what you need to stop doing this week, and the exact plan that works for the kids who dig their heels in. I'm Abby, and this is Kin Unplugged. Let me take something off your shoulders first. Research on Western countries suggests that only around 40 to 60% of kids are toilet trained by the time they turn 3. And listen to that again. At the age of 3, up to 6 in 10 children are still not there. So your child is not behind, your child is in the middle of the pack. There's a physical reason for that as well. Children don't tend to have real bladder control until around 28 months. Before that point, you are not training a skill, you're catching luck. And most parents now start somewhere between 21 and 36 months. That's a 15-month window. 15 months of completely normal. If we're being precise about it as well, starting later than 3 is where the word late starts to apply. Starting at 3 is not late. Finishing at 3 is not late. The pressure you are feeling is not coming from your child. It's coming from maybe a group chat or a nursery form or a relative who decided that this is their business. Here is a part I want you to hold on to for the rest of the video. You can't force a toddler to potty train. And I want to be blunt about that because it's the single most expensive mistake in this whole process. Forcing does not speed it up, it backfires. It can push the line further away, and if you make it frightening enough, you can take a normal developmental step and turn it into something your child dreads. Every method after this point is built on that one rule. So here's how I want you to think about potty training from today. There are 3 things you can control, and there is one that you don't. You control the environment, you control your reaction, and you control the tools. You do not control their readiness. Almost every parent who is stuck because they're pouring energy into that 4th box, reminding, bargaining, bribing, getting frustrated at bedtime because today was another write-off. That box is now closed. It's not yours. The good news is the other 3 are massive, and most people barely touch them. When you get the environment right, your reaction right, and the kit right, readiness tends to show up faster than you expect. Not because you forced it, but because you've stopped making it a battle. And that brings me to the line I would put on a wall if I could. This is called potty training for a reason. It requires discipline from you first, from your toddler second. If you're not ready to give this your focus for a few days, your child being ready will not save you. Your child may be developmentally ready and physically ready and still say no. There are 7 common reasons behind that no. Listen for the one that sounds like your house. Number 1, they're afraid of falling in. This is more common than most parents realize, and it's completely rational from a small person's point of view. That's a large hole and they are a small human. So if they can't relax near it or on it, fear is your answer and not stubbornness. Number 2, pooping has hurt before. If your child has had a painful poo even once, they may have connected pain with the toilet. Now they hold it in. Holding it in makes the next one harder, which makes the next one hurt more. And that loop can run for months. It looks exactly like defiance from the outside. I also have a full article, by the way, on toddler constipation on the website, and I'll link it here. If this is your situation, deal with the constipation first. The potty training will follow. 3, it has become a battle of wills. At some point, the potty stopped being a piece of furniture and became the thing you two argue about. Now, saying no is worth something to them. They're not refusing the toilet, they're refusing the fight. 4. Their temperament is slow to warm. Some children meet anything new by backing away from it and taking their time. And that's a personality, not a problem. If your child is like this with new food, new people, in new rooms, they will be like this with the toilet. 5. You are reminding them too soon. You mean well, you're trying to help, but if you have told them once and you know they heard you say it, saying it again 10 times turns a normal request into background noise that they resent. 6. You are making them sit too long. Long sits feel like punishment. Punishment does not make anyone want to come back. 7. They can control one, but not the other. This one confuses parents constantly. Plenty of children know exactly when they need to poo and can hold it, but genuinely they cannot feel a wee coming. Half success is not defiance, it's normal wiring. If you can name which of those 7 is happening in your house, you have already done most of the work. Because the fix for fear is not the fix for a power struggle, and the fix for constipation is not the fix for temperament. Guessing is what keeps people stuck for months. Before you start anything new, stop these 5. Back off. If you're in a standoff, you can't win. Trying harder makes it worse. Put the pressure down for a few days and let the temperature drop. Stop nagging. Tell them once. Trust that they heard you. The reminders are for your anxiety, not your bladder. Stop reacting to accidents. No sighing, no tone, no cleanup commentary. Your face is information to them, and right now your face is telling them that this is a big deal that they can control. Stop comparing. Not to their older sibling, not to the child at nursery who was dry at 2. Your child is an individual, and the comparison is doing nothing except making them feel worse. Stop treating a bad day as evidence. One rough day is a day. It's not a pattern and it's not a verdict on you. Give it a few days of genuinely low pressure, then start properly with a plan. When you decide to go properly. Half starting is what drags this out for months. Pick a weekend or a run of days where you owe nobody anything. No trips out, no appointments, do the food shop before you start. You're going to be at home and you need to be at home willingly. Then tell everyone in the house what's happening. Every adult who looks after your child needs to know it is day 1. They need to be watching for the same signs and they need to be ready to move fast. They are also there to help keep you steady, which you will need more than you think. Now, the 7 rules for the first day. Number 1, put the diapers away. Not in the bin. Don't throw money away. Just move them out of sight and forget that they exist. Half in with the pull-up as backup sends a mixed message, and kids read mixed messages perfectly. 2, pick one room and make it accident-friendly. Choose the room your child actually lives in. Cover the sofa seats, roll up any rugs that you can lift. And this is for your sanity, and your sanity is a real resource this week. Number 3, bare bottom or straight into underwear. Some parents go with underwear from the first morning. Some go bare on the bottom half. Bare tends to work because there is nothing catching anything, so the feeling registers. Feeling it happen is the entire point. 4, your focus is your child. Not your phone, not your work emails. If your attention drifts for a few minutes, you miss the moment, and a missed moment is a lost rep. This is the hardest rule, and it's the one that decides how long this takes. 5, keep the drinks coming. If nothing is going in, nothing is coming out, and they get no chances to practice. Hydration is not a side note here, it's how you manufacture the opportunities. Number 6, make a fuss of every success. Big reaction every single time, even the near misses that ended in the right place. Number 7, never show anger at a mistake. Not once. Not with your voice and not with your face. And this is the rule that protects everything else. 2 practical things on top. Teach them a phrase. Keep it short. Something like, go potty. If they're not really speaking yet, teach them to pat where a diaper would be. You want something they can get out fast when it's urgent. And check in roughly every 20 minutes, not every 3. 20 minutes is a perfect rhythm. 3 minutes will be more like nagging them. Get everything in the house before you start. You do not want to be running out mid-morning on day 1 for something you forgot. A potty or a seat or both. If your home has more than 1 floor or your child moves between rooms all day, have more than 1. A potty they can see is a potty they remember. A potty 2 rooms away may as well not even exist. A step stool or a footstool. This one gets skipped and it matters more than people think. Their knees want to be higher than their hips with their feet supported. That's the position that makes pooing possible. A child dangling off an adult toilet with their legs in the air is being asked to do something physically difficult. And then flushable wipes, biodegradable ideally. Some brands are noticeably thinner than others, so if the first pack shreds, it's the pack and not you. A foldable travel potty for the car, and for public toilets where a seat that falls flat with a disposable cover saves the day. Some wobble on wider bowls, so check the fit at home before you rely on it. Car seat liner. Waterproof, washable, and much cheaper than a car seat. Waterproof training pants. These are not pull-ups. The point is that your child feels the wet, but your sofa doesn't. They are deliberately less absorbent than a diaper. That's a feature, not a fault. One more. A simple chart with a star for every successful trip. Let them decorate it, let them choose the reward, and keep it small and daily rather than one big prize at the end. And be careful with what you reward. Reward going in the toilet. Don't reward a dry diaper. Those are 2 completely different behaviors, and only one of them is a skill that you're trying to achieve. Now, for the child who's still saying no, put them in charge. Make it clear that this is their body and their job. A child who feels in control has nothing left to win by refusing. Use the chart. Visible progress works on 3-year-olds in a way that verbal praise alone does not. Get the diapers gone fully. The feeling of a mistake is information, and the information is what teaches this. Give a small daily incentive chosen by them, not a tablet, not a bike, something small they pick out each day, given for going to the toilet. In the toilet. Bring in someone they can trust, and that could be a grandparent, an aunt, an older cousin, and celebrate loudly every win. Let the mistakes go completely. Don't revisit them and don't mention them later. Don't decide out loud that it was on purpose, even if you think that it was. And if you work through all of that and your child is still resisting hard, go back to the 7 reasons. Something in that list is still alive. Usually it's fear, or it could also just be pain. One last thing that nobody warns you about. Day dry and night dry are 2 different skills, and they can be months apart. A child who is completely reliable during the day can still wake up soaked, and that's not regression. Night dryness runs on a hormone and a death of sleep that you can't coach. So don't treat night as a failure of the daytime work. Treat it as a separate project that starts later. In the meantime, there are pads that sit inside normal underwear and keep the bed and the child dry without putting them back in a diaper. And that matters more than it sounds, because for a lot of 3 and 4-year-olds, going back into a diaper feels like regression. It matters even more when they're at a sleepover. So to bring it back to where we started, 3 things you can control: the environment, your reaction, the tools. And 1 thing you don't, their readiness. Your child won't be in diapers forever. They will not be in diapers at school, and they will certainly not be in diapers at college. The finish line is not in question, only the date is, and the date is not yours to set. Be patient with them, be patient with yourself, and if this week has been a bad week, that's not a verdict. It's just a week. If this helped, subscribe. I put out real, practical motherhood content here just about every week. I've written a full version of everything in this video also over on the blog, including the constipation piece, the essentials list, and some book comparisons to help you along. And the links are all in the description. Tell me in the comments which of the 7 reasons sounded like your house. I read all the comments. Thanks for watching.